Welcome to Memory Scope. Subscribe for more historical photos. In 1993, comedian Jerry Seinfeld, then 39 years old, was publicly dating a 17-year-old high school student. The relationship drew widespread media attention, raising discussions about age gaps, consent, and celebrity influence during that era in national conversation at the time. In 1933, John F. Kennedy is seen posing with his lifelong friend, Lem Billings. The photograph captures them at a young age, reflecting a long-standing personal connection that continued throughout Kennedy's life, documented in images and accounts of their friendship. In 1995, former New Orleans police officer Antoinette Frank was escorted through the restaurant where she and her boyfriend committed a robbery and murdered 3 people. During her trial, the jury toured the scene. Frank had returned afterward in her patrol car, posing as a responder. In 1948, at Landsberg Prison, a final photograph shows SS officer Fritz Dietrich, age 50. He had played a leading role in mass killings in Liepāja, though this was not yet widely known. He was executed for murdering 7 American prisoners of war. American actress Christina Applegate is seen in a 1989 photograph during the period when she was known for her role on the television series Married with Children. The image reflects a moment early in her public career and media visibility. A photographic record of Black Britain highlights everyday life, migration, community, and cultural expression. These images document families, work, public spaces, and identity, offering insight into resilience, belonging, and the lasting contributions of Black individuals and communities throughout British history. In 1989, a day after the Berlin Wall fell, people used a hole near the Reichstag as an improvised border crossing. The opening symbolized sudden change, allowing movement between East and West Berlin after decades of enforced division. In 1930, 18-year-old Marianne MacLeod left her impoverished fishing village on Scotland's Isle of Lewis, carrying just $50. She arrived in New York City, worked as a domestic servant through the Depression, married Fred Trump, and raised 5 children, including Donald Trump. In 1955, jazz legend Ella Fitzgerald was arrested in Houston for performing before an integrated audience. She spent the night in a jail cell, a stark reminder of the racial segregation that shaped mid-century America. In 1963, 2 girls shared a single stool at Lee Drug's in Hollywood. Captured in a quiet moment of everyday life, the image reflects a simpler time, a snapshot of friendship and innocence amid a changing America. In 1877, England, an omnibus driver known as Cast Iron Billy became a familiar sight on London's streets. Renowned for his endurance and steadfast character, he represented the resilience and grit of the city's working-class drivers of the era. In 1908, 13-year-old Navajo orphan Dan Tsosei killed 4 members of his tribe on a New Mexico reservation, saying they had treated him like a slave. At just 14, he was sentenced to 10 years in Leavenworth Penitentiary. In February 1954, Marilyn Monroe performed for American troops in Korea. Captured in vivid Kodachrome color, the moment shows her radiant presence, lifting the spirits of thousands of servicemen during her 4-day tour of military bases. In 1952, at King's College London, Dr. Rosalind Franklin captured photograph 51 through X-ray crystallography. This groundbreaking image revealed DNA's helical structure, providing the critical evidence that led to the discovery of the molecule's iconic double helix form. In 1941, children in the Republic of Ujiji attended a calligraphy class, carefully practicing their handwriting. Amid wartime Europe, this quiet classroom scene reflects a moment of learning and normalcy within a brief, turbulent chapter of history. On May 10, 1906, Tsar Nicholas II of Russia formally opened the first State Duma at the Winter Palace. The historic event marked a cautious step toward constitutional governance in an empire long ruled by absolute monarchy. In 1956, the groundbreaking of the U.S. interstate highway system marked the beginning of a vast national infrastructure project. Spanning thousands of miles, it transformed travel, commerce, and daily life across America for generations to come. In 1962, architect Eero Saarinen completed the Transworld Airlines terminal at New York's Idlewild Airport, later renamed John F. Kennedy Airport. Captured in a photograph by Balthazar Korab, the structure became a landmark of modernist design and innovation. Around 1900, the Waldorf Astoria Hotel stood as a symbol of luxury in New York City. Demolished in 1929, its site soon gave rise to a new icon of ambition and progress, the Empire State Building. In 1908, the Ladies' Scottish Climbing Club gathered in Scotland, united by a shared passion for mountaineering. As pioneers in the sport, they challenged conventions of their time and forged new paths across the rugged highlands. Jacob Waltz, known as the Lost Dutchman, was a German immigrant whose story became one of the American West's greatest legends. Linked to a hidden gold mine in Arizona's Superstition Mountains, his life remains shrouded in mystery and speculation. Before and after, with the mask on, the soldier's face revealed his greatest vulnerability. In the trenches of war, looking up meant danger, for the face was the first and most likely target to be struck. In January 1961, in the United States, Ham the astrochimp, the first great ape launched into space, was carefully fitted into his specially designed capsule. This preparation marked a historic step in early space exploration and human spaceflight research. In Berlin, Germany, during 1925 to 1926, German actress Brigitte Helm cools off on the set of the groundbreaking film Metropolis. Her performance would become one of the most iconic in early cinematic and science fiction history. In the Netherlands, in 1918, students attend an open-air school, part of a movement designed to combat tuberculosis. These schools used fresh air and sunlight as vital tools in promoting health and preventing the spread of disease. On October 22, 1895, a train entering Paris's Montparnasse station failed to stop, crashing through the wall and plunging onto the street below. Though casualties were few, the dramatic image became one of history's most unforgettable transportation disasters. In South Dakota, around 1900, Chief Red Cloud stands as a powerful figure of Oglala Lakota leadership. Renowned for his resistance and diplomacy, he remains one of the most respected Native American leaders of the 19th century. In the early 1900s, the Tumble Inn stood near today's Riverbend Hot Springs in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Decades later, in 1950, the town of Hot Springs boldly renamed itself after a popular radio show, turning a publicity stunt into enduring history. In Arizona's high country, the town of Show Low owes its unusual name to a legendary card game. As the story goes, settlers C.E. Cooley and Marion Clark agreed that whoever showed low would win their land, and Cooley's two of clubs sealed the deal. In 1911, an early blockbuster referred not to a movie rental store, but to a massive bomb capable of destroying entire city blocks. The term would later evolve to describe films that achieved explosive popularity and wide commercial success. A Holocaust survivor and the soldier who rescued her formed an unbreakable bond, spending more than 70 years together. Their story stands as a lasting testament to love, resilience, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. On the left, Marie Burashova is seen at 23 years old, on the right, at 101. Her portraits, separated by nearly 8 decades, reflect a lifetime of change, resilience, and the quiet passage of time. In 1908, Ojibwe woman in Ponoma, Minnesota, is captured by photographer Roland W. Reed. The portrait preserves a moment in the life of the Ojibwe people, offering a glimpse into their culture and presence in early 20th century America. In 1912, a fashionable young woman steps off a New York City streetcar, embodying the style and energy of the era. The scene captures a moment of daily urban life amid the city's bustling streets and evolving culture. Born on May 19, 1953, in Armenia, Shavush Karapetyan was a champion Finn swimmer. In 1976, at age 23, he heroically dove into Yerevan Lake after a trolley bus plunged in, rescuing 37 people. His courage was later recognized with the Soviet Order of the Badge of Honor. In the mid-19th century, Paris introduced outdoor urinals called pissoirs to improve public sanitation and provide a more orderly alternative to alleyways. Though largely gone today, they remain a curious symbol of the city's evolving urban planning and practicality. This 1935 photograph captures Jack's Saloon in Arkansas, a hub of small-town life during the Great Depression. Locals gathered here for drinks, conversation, and news, finding community and comfort amid the uncertainty of hard times. On February 16, 1922, English archaeologist Howard Carter opened the innermost chamber of King Tutankhamun's tomb in Luxor, Egypt. Hidden for over 3,000 years, it revealed treasures, including the iconic Golden Death Mask, and ignited global fascination with ancient Egypt. In 1940, England, during the World War II, a man watches for German air raids while attending an Arsenal versus Carlton athletic football match. Even amid conflict, daily life and the nation's love of sport persisted on the home front. In 1946, on Walcheren in Zeeland, the Netherlands, a farmer transports milk buckets while riding her bicycle. This scene reflects post-war rural life, where resourcefulness and everyday labor shaped the rhythms of Dutch farming communities. In 1923, archaeologists James Henry Breasted, Harry Burton, Alfred Lucas, Arthur Callender, Arthur Mace, Howard Carter, and Alan Gardner share lunch inside the tomb of Rameses the Faint in Egypt's Valley of the Kings. The photograph, taken by Lord Carnarvon, captures a historic moment in archaeology. Around 1896, Henry Ford sits in his first automobile, the Ford quadricycle. Ford built a total of 3 quadricycles, marking the beginnings of his pioneering work in automotive design and the future of mass-produced cars. In 1895, England, 3 women pose with a bicycle, reflecting the growing popularity of cycling and its role in expanding mobility and independence for women during the late Victorian era. In 1921, at Bowling Field in Washington, D.C., a 2-horn aircraft detection device stands as an early innovation in aviation safety and military technology, designed to identify approaching aircraft during the dawn of modern aerial defense. In 1980, London, Carrie Fisher enjoys a playful moment with 2 stormtroopers while promoting Star Wars. The Empire Strikes Back, capturing the fun and excitement surrounding the film's global launch. In the 1910s, a fountain on Washington Boulevard in Detroit, Michigan, is frozen over, creating a striking winter scene. The image captures both the city's early urban landscape and the harsh beauty of Midwestern winters. On October 4, 1941, British and Commonwealth servicemen watch a friendly wartime football match between England and Scotland at Wembley Stadium in London. Amid World War II, the game offered a moment of camaraderie and morale for those on the home front. In 1922, British archaeologist Howard Carter works inside the tomb of Pharaoh Tutankhamun in Egypt's Valley of the Kings. His meticulous excavation would uncover one of history's most remarkable archaeological discoveries, revealing treasures lost for over 3,000 years. In 1938, Amsterdam, a boy stands with his bicycle in the snow during a harsh winter. The scene captures everyday life in the Netherlands, highlighting both the resilience and simplicity of childhood in a cold urban landscape. Around 1900 in London, England, a mother poses with her children for a portrait. The image reflects family life at the turn of the century, capturing both the bonds of kinship and the era's formal photographic style. In the 1930s, a mugshot from a police identification book in Newcastle upon Tyne, England, records an individual for law enforcement purposes. Such images were part of early efforts to systematize criminal identification and maintain public safety. In 1889, photographer Liddell Sawyer captured Newcastle, England, featuring the Black Gate, the spire of St. Nicholas Cathedral, and the Dogleap Stairs. The image showcases the city's historic architecture and the character of its urban landscape in the late 19th century. In 1936, a Westinghouse Electric and Manufacturing Company-built elevator parking garage in downtown Chicago holds 48 cars. This innovative structure highlights the city's embrace of modern engineering to solve urban space challenges during the rise of the automobile. In 1900, an early Edwardian woman takes a mirror selfie using a Kodak Brownie box camera. The photograph captures both the era's fashion and the emerging accessibility of personal photography at the dawn of the 20th century. In 1951, King Frederik IX of Denmark reveals his tattooed upper body, reflecting his passions for sailing and bodybuilding. The photo, later published by Life magazine, offers a rare glimpse of the monarch's personal life and interests. Around 1910-1915 in New York, a man and his 2 horses deliver a load of Christmas trees. The scene captures a moment of early 20th century urban life, blending holiday tradition with the era's reliance on horse-drawn transport. In August 1940, pedestrians cross the busy intersection of Fifth Avenue and West 42nd Street in Manhattan. The scene captures New York City's pre-World War II bustle, with vintage cars and period fashion reflecting the energy and style of the era. In 1910, an inventive man strapped on pedal-powered roller skates, an early attempt to increase speed without relying solely on leg power. Though never widely adopted, these skates were a fascinating precursor to later roller skating innovations. In 1938, Audi workers showcased the strength of the Audi 920 by having several men stand on a platform mounted atop the car. The demonstration highlighted the vehicle's durability and Audi's commitment to engineering excellence in the pre-World War II era. During World War II in Germany, the Krummlauf, a curved rifle barrel, was developed to let soldiers shoot around corners and obstacles. Though never widely adopted, it reflected innovative attempts to adapt weaponry to the demands of trench warfare and close-quarters combat. This 1920 photograph shows an unusual method used to teach swimming at the time, reflecting early approaches to water safety and instruction before modern techniques and facilities became standard. In 1922, Washington, D.C., policeman Bill Norton enforced strict swimsuit modesty rules, using a ruler to measure the distance between a woman's knee and her suit. The unusual practice reflected early 20th century tensions between modern fashion and conservative social standards. On April 8, 1945, American forces discovered over 7,000 bags of gold, silver, and valuables looted by the Nazis inside Germany's Merkers salt mine. The cache included 8,198 gold bars and 2.76 billion Reichsmarks, revealing the scale of wartime plunder. On November 29, 1961, Enos, a NASA-trained chimpanzee, became the first primate to orbit Earth aboard Mercury Atlas V. Prepared on his flight couch, Enos's successful mission provided critical data, paving the way for human spaceflight in the early space race. On November 24, 1943, a U.S. Marine offers water to a stray kitten hiding beneath a disabled Japanese Type 95 Hey-Go light tank on Tarawa Atoll, capturing a rare moment of compassion amid the harsh realities of World War II combat. On May 6, 1937, the German airship Hindenburg, adorned with swastikas, flew over New York City. Hours later, it tragically crashed in Manchester Township, New Jersey, killing 36 people and leaving an enduring mark on aviation history. On November 3, 1957, Laika, a stray dog from Moscow, became the first living being in space aboard Sputnik 2. Though she did not survive the flight, her mission marked a pivotal moment in the space race and paved the way for human space exploration. Born into a Mormon family, Olive Oatman survived the mid-19th century massacre of her relatives and was adopted by the Mojave tribe. Her chin tattoos became an enduring symbol of her adolescence among the Mojave and the profound cultural transformation she experienced. During World War I in Kehrsatz, Switzerland, a man poses with a motorcycle fitted with skis for snow travel, illustrating inventive adaptations for mobility in harsh winter conditions. On January 15, 1919, Boston's North End was devastated when a massive molasses tank burst, sending 2.3 million gallons of syrup through the streets at 35 mm. The disaster killed 21 people, injured 150, and became one of America's strangest industrial accidents. On November 10, 1938, Maryland inventor George Stern unveiled a highly volatile fluid that vaporized so rapidly the released gases would then not ignite. Stern believed its only practical use would be to create spooky effects for horror films. In 1961, Soviet doctor Leonid Rogozov faced acute appendicitis while alone at a Russian Antarctic station. With no other medical help, he performed surgery on himself using a mirror and local anesthesia, successfully removing his appendix and returning to work 2 days later. In the late 19th century, Jack the Baboon worked on South Africa's railway system for 9 years. Remarkably, he reportedly never made a single mistake, earning a unique place in the history of animal labor and railway operations. In 1939, Montreal, women braved snowstorms wearing plastic headgear designed to protect against snow and ice. This unusual winter accessory reflected both creativity and resilience, offering a quirky yet practical solution during the city's harsh, snowy winters. In 1881, a man stands beside a massive wine storage container in Kankakee, Georgia, a region famed for its ancient winemaking tradition. The photo highlights the scale and importance of production, where Kuvevri clay vessels have been used for centuries to craft distinctive wines.